All right, solid. What up, man? How you doing?
Chilling, man.
Chilling.
Yes, sir.
Same. So, pretty much, man, just here to learn about you, man. Figure out what's going on inside the mind of Shallow and the Deep.
Word.
First of all, run us through that. Like, how'd you get that title?
So that actually came from Twitter. I was changing up my Twitter handle and I was like, what in the fuck am I going to call this? When I first started writing poetry, I was trying to be deep, but like the typical Def Jam poetry style, whatever. Trying to be deep, but I didn't know no deep shit. So I was talking about shallow topics. So I always thought of it as I'm being shallow in the deep part of my mind. So I always equated my mind to a swimming pool.
Yeah.
So I came up with that, and everyone was like, yes.
Yeah, man. That's
Do that.
That's really creative.
Yeah.
So, how long have you been into writing?
Let's see. I wrote my first poem in like 7th grade.
Okay.
I didn't take it seriously until like freshman year of high school because I had a lot of anger in me, and I was like, I'm just gonna write.
Yeah.
So, real basic stuff, but I've been rocking with it since high school.
So, would you say at this point has it grown to be like a passion, something?
Oh
that you
yeah,
love?
definitely, without a doubt.
Nice. So let's see. So using some other passions that you have, like how would you describe yourself? Just only through your passions.
Only through my passions. Damn. That's tough. I'm not good at it.
You can even
Like-
list off the passions.
Okay. The other passions: baking, music. That's really it.
Baking,
And music, writing. Yeah.
Man, that seems like some therapeutic passion.
Yeah. So I'm Petty Crocker in the kitchen.
That's what's up. So let me see. What would you say is one like common misconception about your writing or like your writing style? You say that comes across when people listen or when they read.
Well, the one misconception that I always get is actually from my mom. She always thinks I'm sad. Because I'll write from... I'll talk about depression, even if I'm not necessarily depressed. But I talk about whatever goes through my mind. So I guess the common misconception is that I'm sad all the time.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. But everything's solid.
I'm good.
Like, as a writer, as a creative, we just at liberty to tell so many different stories, for individuals who can't tell those stories,
Right.
or we retell stories.
Yeah,
Our flip on it. So,
yeah, definitely.
That's tight. So, this next one is just tell me a little bit about your affiliation with I Am Rude.
Well, me and Dom met 10 years ago. Damn, that's a long time. Yeah, in high school at the Black College Expo. And you've been trying to get me to go to your events for years, and I always had something going on. And then I finally was able to come out. What did I do? Oh, I was in the poetry contest, and I won that. And then, like, the rest is history. Yeah, that was the fall one.
What was the topic?
It was, what does love feel like?
What does love feel like? Okay.
And I had just written one
Yeah.
about exactly that. So,
Yeah. That one was cold.
Yeah.
Because we actually, you'll see soon, too, how the judging goes. It's
Yeah.
crazy, just strip it up, the identifying info, and just, like, so we just reading these pieces, like, yo, it's wild. It's what I enjoyed most was, just the journey of the writing. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of, the images that were in there just kind of flowed into like the next one, along with like the cadence. The cadence to go along with that one. So that one really stuck out. So I was like, bro, we gotta, we gotta expand on this, and we gotta see more of it. More so that's the real thing. It's just like, we don't want to just see that at the poetry contest.
Right,
so,
right.
These environments, it's people that would love to follow that type of writing.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And, like, you can, like, you already know what you're about to find out.
Yeah.
How long? So, So currently within the brand, you write for the blog.
Yeah.
You know, contributors been rocking for what, like a month, 2 now?
Yeah, a couple months now, I think.
Yeah. So, so it's very short of time, but what would you say has been like the takeaway so far? Or just sort of like, at least, if nothing's taken away, what do you look to do with this role now that you're in it? Like, you know, what do you see for yourself in it?
What I could take away from it, man. There's a lot of like-minded people out there. With everything that the I Am Root brand does, it's the outreach is incredible. Something I've found just in the short span of time is like, even my audience is bigger now. There are people that are actually checking for my stuff now too. It's dope to be a part of a whole collective.
Yeah.
As far as the future is concerned, man, like I want open mics to be a more regular thing. We talked about community service, outreach. I definitely got connections with that. Really, I just want to provide a platform. Like, I know there are plenty more artists out there that want to speak on depression or mental health in general or whatever. And my goal was to start off with that, just because I know in our community that's a little bit taboo.
Right. Yeah.
So I found that me speaking about my experiences with it has helped other people, like, either get help or talk about it or whatever. So there's a level of comfort where people feel like they know me already, and that's what I want.
Yeah, that's good too, because they can attach to that, or at least, you know, lock on to that voice as you go about these stories. And for people who may not go through it, you know, that voice and that stuff that you're presenting helps them like see that world.
Exactly.
And I can understand it.
Exactly.
So that's dope. Let me see. So just listening to the words, you know what I'm saying, not the collective or like, you know, just the message of what you believe this means. You know, break it down to me as far as how I am root, that phrase, how it applies to your life.
As it applies to my life, I would say the phrase I am root. It gives off an air of I'm grounded, that I'm planting my seed somewhere, just so that hopefully one day through hard work and tough times, great times, you know, sunshine and rain, all of that, that I'll bloom into something magnificent, drop more seeds so that other people can bloom as well.
Exactly, yeah.
So, yeah.
Solid, yeah. And, you know, that's an important thing that, you know, we're really trying to push across. Like, we were rapping a little bit at the open mic about just, like, expanding and you know, taking that next step. And it's really kind of situating that message forward and, you know, showing people how it can apply to them. It's just like, you know, everybody has this dream, this vision that they want to achieve, but, you know, you got to do it. You know, you got to put that eye in there. You know, you got to ground yourself, do that research, figure out, like, what it's going to take to get you there. You know, that's the way you plant your seeds. It's like doing your homework, you know what I'm saying, create a network of individuals around you who want to do similar like things or at least want to push you to that next level. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's
for sure.
Dope interpretation. Do you have a spirit animal?
Yes. My spirit animal is a panda.
Nice.
Because pandas are big, no one really bothers them, and they eat all day and sleep. And that's me.
Okay, that's a good one right there. That's a good one.
Yeah.
What would you say the biggest lesson the world needs to learn?
The biggest lesson the world needs to learn: empathy. Even if you're not going through something, you should be able to put yourself in someone else's shoes. And I feel like having empathy for other people goes a long way. It helps break down barriers, it breaks down prejudices, all of that. Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good point. So off of that, what would you say the artist's role in society is?
I would say the artist's role in society is to speak up, be a voice for the voiceless. So, at least that's what I feel like my role is. That's
important. Name some individuals that inspire you on a creative level, professional level, or even on a spiritual level.
Okay. On a creative level, you do.
Hey.
That everything you're doing is the vision that I had years ago. And to see it play out, I'm like, okay, I see the trajectory. I see kind of like how I need to go about it. All love. Let's see, who else on a creative level? You know, it's gonna sound cliche as hell, but Childish Gambino.
Oh yeah.
His whole, I've been following him since Community, since he was doing stand up, and his whole trajectory is amazing. Between him and Chance, dog, like them just taking ownership of their art and their craft.
Man, it's wild.
It's wild. Yeah. It is so wild. I'm like, it can be done.
Right.
You know?
It's good to see it done well too. Like with like risks. You know, like taking those chances.
Yeah.
And, like because that industry, nothing's promised. So if you make a bad decision, you could be out. That's it.
Right.
Like, these dudes out here trying and like taking those risks and elevating the quality of art out there.
And not staying in a box, not being confined to any kind of limits. Like, 100%. Man, amazing.
Anybody else you want to throw out there? Spiritual? Anybody inspires you on a spiritual level, professional level?
On a spiritual level, I would have to say. I'd have to say my inner circle, my squad. Yeah. So, a little backstory. We call ourselves the Coven.
Gotcha.
Because we were big fans of American Horror Story. And these individuals, man, majority of them I met through my fraternity. All of us have struggled in some way. Some of us by ourselves, some of us together. But with them, I've seen them persevere through a lot. They've had so many like unfortunate things happen, and somehow they beat the odds. Somehow they keep pushing. So I definitely lean on them and look to them in terms of kind of like spiritual guidance. Yeah. They definitely keep me balanced with that. Shout out to the squad.
That's
yeah.
And this is kind of like a little bonus question that we're throwing out there. So opt in or opt out, up to you.
For sure.
But if you have one, most embarrassing story that you want to share.
Most embarrassing story. Let me think. Damn, do I have a most embarrassing story? I'm trying to think. Oh, yeah. I did a talent show at my old church, and I was playing the piano. And I messed up at the very beginning of the song because I was in the wrong key. So I kept trying to play, and I'm like, this doesn't sound right. So, like, I'm getting flustered on stage. And, of course, like, it's, like, awkward silence. And then that one, the church grandma's, that's okay, baby. Take your time. And I'm pretty sure, like, my auntie said it, too. And I'm like, all right. But that was years ago. I'm past it now. Oh, yeah.
So as far as the blog is concerned and like you as a writer, what would you say your approach is? With your portion of it, like what do you expect? Or no, not what do you expect? Like what are you looking to do? So you have this thread now. ShallownthaDeep.
Yeah.
We're looking to have people checking in, trying to see what's good. Like
for sure.
We had day 1, you got the day 2 that dropped. So like, are you working on creating like a series or like how are you taking this?
So with that, I'm definitely approaching it as a series. They're all based on my therapy sessions. I have 2 or 3 more that I'm gonna post soon. I just need to polish them a little bit. My approach to it is really just not even so much poetry, just having a discussion.
Gotcha.
Because my therapy sessions are much like this. It's just talking.
Gotcha.
And then I just write entries in it. I have so many ideas for series that I want to do, and I think that's going to be the formula that I follow. Just have a concept, follow a series, and just write through those, because I have like 3 right now that I've been working on.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So to double back, what would you say a lot of the, so when you look at your writing, stepping back, what would you say a lot of the themes are that you touch on,
reoccurring themes? I talk about love a lot, even when I'm not in love. I don't know.
Hey.
It's easy for me to write about.
Right. Me too.
I also write a lot about those random thoughts that pop in your head. They're like, why did I think that?
Yeah.
I'm always up thinking. I'm a night owl, so anytime I have random thoughts, I'm like, I'm gonna write something from this. So usually it's a lot of mental stuff, a lot of mental work and emotional work, and kind of just telling stories from that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you personally working on any projects like outside of like blog work? Are you
Um,
we could be expecting from you or supporting you in doing?
I'm working on like 2 or 3 different series right now.
Okay.
Other than that, I mean, I'm just trying to get this bakery thing popping. Like, just doing that. I'm just baking a lot, baking cheesecakes and stuff.
Cheesecakes. What else you got?
Right now, just that because I've perfected that.
Okay.
But a lot of people have been asking me to like bake certain things,
Okay.
so I'm definitely gonna start branching out.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's where it's at.
Yeah, that's definitely where it's at. So I need to get business cards and everything. So really, I've been working on that heavy.
Got you. And so writing, baking, music.
Yeah, those are my lanes. Yeah.
Okay. So run us through your social medias. You know what I'm saying? Where we can follow you, check up.
Yeah. Twitter and Instagram are both Shallow in the Deep.
Okay.
That's the word shallow, the letter N, THA, deep. I also have a Facebook page by the same name. Is that all my social media? Yeah, I don't remember my Snapchat, but yeah.
Hey, just
all of them are the same.
Shallow in the Deep.
Shallow in the Deep, yeah.
Is there anything you want to leave us with, man?
Practice empathy.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to people. You never know what somebody else is going through, and a simple conversation can help anybody.
Yeah, dope.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. Thank you for rolling through.
Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah.